If you are not watching The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, I swear you're missing out on quality television. And here's why. First of all, the love story between these two characters, Rick and Michonne, when I tell y'all, it's like no other. And I've been watching television for years. Like, I be getting into these ships. I be on Tumblr, retweeting, looking at GIFs, photos, all of that. And I'm telling y'all, this is like a one of a kind ship. Like, if you do not like Rick and Michonne together, you need to fix yourself, for real. This is me saying, because I just finished, now it hasn't aired yet, but by the time you see this, probably on your TL, it's going to air. But episode 4 that I just watched on AMC Plus was probably one of the best written, shout out to Denai for writing this, was one of the best written, like, The Walking Dead episodes ever. And I'm talking about, it was bringing complexities, love confessions, character development, references to previous sequences between these two characters. This is definitely a once in a lifetime show, and it shows that all of these shows, because we're in a kind of like fatigue obsessed time right now with like people being obsessed with like previous franchises and like having spin-offs. This show doesn't fall victim to that whole thing where it's like, oh, we're getting fatigued and like people are obsessed with franchises. Like, no, they took the Walking Dead franchise and they capitalized on it with these two characters. I can't tell y'all, if you have not watched this show yet, if you're the Walking Dead fan and you haven't watched this, you need to pick up your computer or whatever and make sure you watch this, because I'm telling you, it's like breathtaking television. I am a fan of romantic yearning and love stories. I love when I'm watching the show and it's not the traditional, like, the girl is falling over the guy. Like, I like shows like this where the guy is so devoted to the woman in the relationship that he would do anything to protect her. Like, I can't explain how many tropes Rick and Michonne have had, but it's just like, it's undeniable. And their chemistry, the chemistry between Andy and Denai is something that's completely, like, this is one of the best television duos ever, actors and fictional characters. Like, and this also works because these two, if you watch their interviews, they are so obsessed with their own ship. A lot of actors, they don't go as hard for their ships. And that's what I like about like certain like relationships in television and even books and all types of media. When the two people portraying said characters really believe in their work and you can see it reflected on screen. That's what these two, Rick and Michonne, Denai and Andy, do perfectly every single episode. And I know there's some people who aren't gonna like the show because it's not the traditional like The Walking Dead story with like a bunch of fighting and stuff. And there is fighting in here, but if you are willing to give like a different type of like medium or storytelling outside of just the traditional The Walking Dead story, you need to watch The Ones Who Live. It's the same, I think, like, people didn't enjoy The World Beyond, which was, I thought it was an amazing, like, The Walking Dead spinoff because I love the whole idea of coming of age. This is more focused on, like, the romance and the trauma and the things that Rick has gone through, obviously, with CRM, but also just what they've experienced in their relationship together. Like, these two characters were apart for 8 years. They're finally, like, being able to catch up and trying to figure out their lives together and where to move forward from ever since their departures in the Walking Dead series. And guys, I'm telling you, you need to watch it. Like, this is phenomenal television. I don't think I have been this invested in a franchise, and in particular a spinoff, since I can't even tell you when the last time I was disinvested in the spinoff. That's how good the acting is. Now, the one episode that really got me that is currently about to air tonight, or whenever you see this, because you might see this a few weeks later. Episode 4 is written by the actress herself, the lead actress in the series, Denai Guerrier. I'm sorry, girl, I butchered your last name, but what I tell y'all, this show and this episode, if Shonda Rhimes wrote The Walking Dead, I'm telling you, it would be The Ones Who Live episode 4. The way that they are arguing in this episode and like communicating to each other, it's like, I feel like I was watching something out of like a Scandal episode. And then the love confession at the end between Rick, where he's basically like, sorry for the spoiler, but he's basically telling her, I cannot live without you. I cannot exist without you. And you mean to tell me like this is not being watched by like, I'm telling y'all, this is an advertisement. Y'all have to go watch The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. If one person watches this after seeing this video, I will feel great. The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, it's like, I can't even, this is what, when people in Hollywood make spinoffs, they need to watch The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. That's all I can say. And lastly, this show airs on Sundays on AMC at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you haven't seen episode 4, which is currently the best episode, make sure you watch it. Or you can do what I did, subscribe to AMC Plus. I subscribed to AMC Plus so I could watch the full series. And like, I have been impressed every single week. They have 2 episodes left, so you still got a few, like technically 3 if you consider this episode 4 still like a new episode. So you've got some time to watch the show. But let me tell you, you need to. This is the TV event of the series, like this of the series of the year. I'm telling you, you have to absolutely watch this. This show has changed my mind about just what I want to see when I watch like characters and like couples and relationships that I really get fully invested in, and books, games, TV shows. Like, this is absolutely, when we talk about the history of just like television shows and like couples that we really enjoyed in their prime, it's going to be Rick and Michonne, and it's going to be The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and The Walking Dead in general, because The Walking Dead in general is just a really good franchise. Regardless how you feel, if you feel how they fell off, this is just a decently like written, sometimes, not all the time, but this is just a decently well written series and franchise. And The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live is going to stand the test of time. And lastly, AMC executives, if you are watching this, watching me review your excellent episode and like excellent series, I just want to say, please renew this for season 2. I know that Denai and Andy are worth so much money to this franchise, but all of this cannot possibly be wrapped up in the last 2 episodes. Like, we need another 6 to 8 episode continuation, maybe 3 seasons. But if you could wrap it up in a second season, I will be your biggest fan ever. I will promote it every single week. Please give us season 2. Let me know how you guys feel about The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, if you agree with me. I know this is a pretty long video because I usually have 2 to 3 minute episodes, but I had to go on this tangent, just how beautiful these 2 are. Let me know about just anything related to The Walking Dead, because I will talk with you guys for days about The Walking Dead. It's my favorite, like, probably one of my favorite franchises ever. I will see you guys at my next nerdy pop cultural updates video. Peace.